Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over three separate articles. Two of them are kind of related, and the last one is one I just found rather amusing, and I hope the people that watch this find it amusing as well. So to start off with, we're going to go over one big disappointment that really doesn't surprise me, but it's still disappointing to see, and that's an article on Dan Aykroyd, or Ghostbusters star Dan Aykroyd throws full support behind cancel culture, claims offensive comedy should be rightly canceled. Article by Josh Berger on Bounding into Comics. All three of the articles will be on Bounding into Comics, by the way. Please read the full articles. They are actually well done. And let's get started. Now, everybody knows Dan Aykroyd from Ghostbusters. They know him from Trading Places. They know him from, like it says, Saturday Night Live, Coneheads. He had in the 90s, I believe it was, or was it early 2000s, he had a TV series. I mean, it's not that he's not known, it's just he's kind of fading out of relevance. And probably for the best whenever you're trying to pull the stuff he's doing now. There's enough range in humor where you don't have to go scatological, and you don't have to go pulling any divisive cards to get a laugh, said the actor in a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter. Now, mind you, this nice divisive cards, remember this for later in the article, because apparently he didn't have so much of a problem with that a few years ago, say somewhere around 5 years ago. There is so much in the world to comment on outside the realm of offensiveness. As a writer, you can go to other areas and have successful creative endeavors. Scatological humor is fun, it's easy laughs, but there is more intelligent writing that can happen if you stay away from the offensive material that should be rightly canceled for its hurtfulness. Who can be the subject of an impression today? That's an area of discussion. Well, seems like you didn't. Seems like that only goes one way, though, if you looked into them a little bit, which we will hear shortly in some of this article. Can I do my James Brown imitation? He continued. He was one of my best friends. I do his voice pretty good, but maybe I shouldn't anymore. I don't know. Don't know how well he does it or doesn't do it, and I don't care anymore. And interestingly, a few years ago, Aykroyd was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, where he not only sang one of Brown's all-time classic tunes, I'll Go Crazy, performed with the assistance from blues legend Bobby Rush, but he also shared an anecdote in which he did an impression of his friend. Oh, yes, cancel him now, immediately. It's the standard he's wanting everybody else to live by, so quite frankly, I think he should be stuck to it. Aykroyd didn't specify whether his stance on offensive material means that he'll refrain from doing impressions of Brown or singing any more of his late friend's discography, but going by his woke logic, he shouldn't be doing either. Yeah, I mean, lead by example, man. I mean, this is a person who may not want some of these people to look into his past on his past comedy sketches and stuff. And it is worth pointing out that Aykroyd wore blackface in the timeless comedy Trading Places, starring alongside Eddie Murphy, where his character disguised himself as a Jamaican with a heavy regional accent for comedy effect. Oh, wait. I thought that was one of those things that you should be canceled for. Trading Places hit theaters in 1983, and almost 4 decades later, Aykroyd has yet to receive backlash for doing that particular scene. Showing how much he supports cancel culture these days, it seems odd that the actor has yet to apologize for wearing blackface in the past, even though he shouldn't have to. Oh no. Hold him to a standard. I'd really like to see a lot of people out there demanding that he live by the standard he is wanting others to live by. I mean, you got to where you were, making all sorts of jokes, some offensive, some not. I'm sure. I mean, that's just the way it is. Humor, some people are going to find jokes offensive, others aren't. I mean, that's just the way it is. But if you're wanting to limit what people can say on jokes and stuff, you got to the top of your game at one point, and now you've made sure to not only pull up the ladder, you're starting to crap off the edge on anybody that's trying to get up there with you. So, quite frankly, I whenever the Twitter mobs, and these cancel culture people come after you, don't expect sympathy from me. You deserve none, and you will receive none. Further, in 2016, following the release of the all-female Ghostbusters Answer the Call, Aykroyd himself pulled a divisive card to get a laugh by comparing Leslie Jones haters to Donald Trump supporters, going as far as claiming that most of the actress's online abuse were obese white men between 50 and 60 who are active, well, we'll put it white robe members. We'll put it that way. You know what, buddy? This is something, I did see it back then. I shied away from this stuff after that. I really stopped watching it. So, like the new Ghostbusters movie, I have no intention of watching it at this point. I mean, something's really going to have to change for me to consider going to watch it, to see the one that's about to come out. I have nothing against anybody else that wants to watch it or anything like that. It's just me. It's personal taste. I was interested in it, and about as far as I could be until certain things started to show up, like, Dan Aykroyd. Then I kind of, it may be good. It may not be. I just don't see it's worth me paying $30 to go see it, because it will put a little bit of money in his pocket. I would say you're looking at obese white men between 50 and 60 who are active white robe members, or members of the, wow, that's a nice thing to say there, a particular evil nation. And there are millions of them, Aykroyd said at the time. These people, they're insignificant gnats. They're losers, and they have no lives of their own. They can probably barely pay for the Wi-Fi they're using. Remember that. Anybody that disagrees with him on anything is basically going to be brought down to that. And you know what? Yeah, it was wrong for the people to go after Leslie Jones on the few receipts that they showed on it. A lot of them never saw any receipts on it, and I don't trust Hollywood people as far as you can throw them. So, I'm just saying that if you're going to start going around and start claiming that people are ist or phobes or any number of things, and that you support canceling them, you don't deserve a penny from me or anybody else, and may your career go down in flames. But it's people like him that have so much out there and do everything they can to maintain some sort of pull on Twitter that and other places that get stuff like this to happen. Old Vic Theater cancels production by Monty Python star Terry Gilliam over his support of Dave Chappelle. What is this? I mean, this is the type of crap that, quite frankly, shouldn't be. We're just going to show his tweets on this. I'm encouraging all of you to watch Dave Chappelle's new show, The Closer, on Netflix. To me, he's the greatest stand-up comedian alive today. Incredibly intelligent, socially aware, dangerously provocative, and gut-wrenchingly funny. There's a storm brewing over Netflix's support for the show. I'd love to hear your opinions. He stated that he supported the thing, but he also states that he'd like to hear from others on what they thought on it. So, of course, naturally, because it goes against some sort of narrative that apparently this theater likes to go with, the London's historic Old Vic Theater, they abruptly canceled his production. Canceled a production of Stephen Sondheim's musical Into the Woods, helmed by actor and director Terry Gilliam, after venue staff voiced their displeasure with the Monty Python legend's recent recommendation of Dave Chappelle's. You know what? So a couple whiny little butthurt people that want to get some sort of social media clout decided to have this destroyed. Decided to try to get this canceled, which I'm sure many people are paying to see this. No? I mean, he's not without things in the past where people come after him. If you get the time and come to Bounty and the Comics to read the article on this, the article is by Spencer. I cannot pronounce it. I am really sorry. Please come read it. There's a link to it, and there's a link to it right here related to Monty Python's Terry Gilliam. I'm tired of white men being blamed for everything wrong with the world. It's actually a good read. It's from last year, January 6th of last year, no less. And I think it should give a little bit more clarity into his way of thinking. But you're canceling people because they support something you don't. Because they say, you know what? He's funny. I like him. Oh, wow. That's reason to be canceled. But let's get off of this stuff. Frankly, I'm tired of the aggravating stuff between a washed-up has-been, Dan Aykroyd, and a theater that decided that it's butthurt because Terry Gilliam enjoyed a comedy special from a comedian. Wow. Oh, it has to hurt. So, we're going to get to the funny article, and I hope you do enjoy this. This is much more lighthearted in some ways. Fair warning, there is some words I won't be able to say because of Twitter guidelines, not Twitter, but YouTube guidelines, but it will be stuff that this gentleman has said on Twitter, and I like this guy. Terror on the Prairie actor Nick Searcy, think of this, explains why he named his horse Brandon. To break it down, I guess I just better stick to the tweet parts of this to kind of shorten this down, and please come back and read the article on this. The writer of this article is John F. Trent, and it was a really good read, and I hope you do come back and come to Bounty and the Comics and read it because it's worth it. It'll take you 5 minutes to read it. Unless you're me, then it'll be 15 because I'm a slow reader. I named my Nick Searcy, insurrectional film and television star. Okay. I named my horse Brandon so that every time we take off, I can say, "Let's go, Brandon." One person, when asked by one Twitter user, "Are you wearing one of his road apples under your hat?" Nick replied, "No, but I keep some of them handy in the event that I run into any Democrats. They love the taste of horse." Well, okay. Let's get spicy. Now, I'm sure everybody knows where this all started. Okay, and I don't want to get struck down by NBC reporter or by doing the NBC video on this show. If you haven't seen it, it's easy to find. Just go on YouTube, find it. It's everywhere. I just don't want to risk it. I'm too small. And you have, along with explaining why his horse is named Brandon, Cersei also shared a number of photos from the set of Terror on the Prairie, while also responding to Twitter users critical of him. Nancy Weimer, and you're in the hospital with what again? Shame on you. I'm not in the hospital. I'm feeling great. Yeah, this is going to be a fun article to go through. You got another one. This person, dude, real insurrectional stars don't have to say it, just like real Christians and patriots. Let their works speak for them. You're just another angry old dude who's yelling at kids to get off your grass. Well, dude, you can kiss my, well, effing, yeah, you humorless, stupid, leftist piece of, I'm just making another great piece of filmed entertainment while you're sitting around eating boogers and kissing Democrat, well, we'll put it rear. This guy's spicy. I don't use Twitter, but I may have to consider just clicking on the look at it. But this is, you know, it's nice to see a picture of Gina Carano in here, too. Can't ever pass that up. But anyways, look, it's described by Daily Wire, who's producing the film Terror on the Prairie, centers on a pioneer family living on the Great Plains of Montana who must fight for their lives against a gang of vicious outlaws. Along with Cersei, the film stars Gina Carano, Donald the Cowboy Carone, I guess, Tyler Fisher, Heath Freeman, Samir Armstrong, and Gabrielle Kane Day-Lewis. Is directed by Michael Polish and produced by Dallas Sunnier and his Bonfire Legend team. And of course, says it's currently filming in Montana. But yeah, I'm sorry. I would love to read the whole article, but I know I am screwed if I do. But there's nothing wrong with reading the tweets. And I like this guy. He's spicy as hell. Well, anyways, I thank you for your time. Sorry about the more ranting earlier about Aykroyd and a theater canceling a production because the person enjoyed the comedy stylings of another. But I figured you would come. I figured that this would be a nice way to end the video, is to come to this article, because whether you agree with some of the things or not, the way that this guy words things is priceless. I mean, he's so. Anyways, I do appreciate your time. Thank you for listening. If you kindly, please leave a like. If you think I earned it, please subscribe. And definitely, please let me know in the comments below what you think of any of this. If you didn't like the articles, let me know. If you have articles you'd like me to go over, please let me know that. Or really anything. Heck, if you just want to jump in here and basically just crap all over my work, that's fine too. I don't care, because you know what? It's the only way I'm ever going to figure out what direction I need to go with this, because I'm just guessing here. I'm just having fun trying to learn how to do it. Well, anyways, I thank you all very much for your time. I hope you have a pleasant evening, day, or whatever it is for you, and I will talk to you in the next video.